Hello and welcome to the fourth episode of A Future of the World. I am once again getting over a cold, but let's get into the video. So the first event that is going to be happening is Cyprus getting sorted out, solved. The main Cyprus is going to be joining Greece, and Greece is in NATO, so they will obviously be in NATO. And then Northern Cyprus get recognized and join NATO. Or Turkey, I don't know. It's the same on the map either way. And the next thing that is going to happen is Serbia will be invading Kosovo. And I don't know how long this would take. I don't think it would be that hard, but Kosovo will eventually surrender. And let's look at this peace treaty. And the peace treaty is going to be full annexation. And then after this, the Anti-Imperialist Pact and the African Defense Council will be merging into one alliance. They have already been working together, and they've already worked together twice in the Ethiopian War and the West African War, so they will be merging to run things more efficiently. And then Serbia will once again be invading a country in the Balkans, and they are going to invade what is left of Bosnia. And they're just gonna go in and pretty quickly get through, and they will eventually surrender. And let's take a look at this peace treaty. And it is going to be full annexation for Bosnia. And with this, Serbia is going to be forming Yugoslavia. And they've kind of hit their limit for expansion, as if they were to invade any other country around them, they would get instantly, that would start like World War III. And also they would probably get obliterated. So they're not going to do that, because that would not be a wise decision. Alright, and Russia has just collapsed. It is now the second Russian Civil War. This is probably caused by, Putin dying, maybe, and other things. So let's go over the sides. So, the green is the oligarchs. They have control in the populated areas of Russia and Belarus. And the dark blue is part of the military, who want to create a military dictatorship if they win. And the red is communist. And they are backed by China, and the other sides, they're just on their own. They're not backed by anyone. And so the CSTO and NATO is going to be launching an invasion into Russia, and they are kind of supported by some rebels in occupied countries, specifically Ukraine mainly. And this is kind of all along the border. And up in this chunk by Finland, they are invading into. They encircle this area and only capture it eventually, like so. And the Soviets, with the help of China, are going to be invading into this area, outer Manchuria and Vladivostok. And they're just gonna make their way up this area in the east, and they're gonna have a naval invasion of this island. And then eventually this chunk is going to fully surrender over. Yeah, and the white part is just kind of like straight anarchy. And the oligarchs are going to be invading into what's left of this area of the military. That, and around into this area over to the Caspian Sea. And into the Caucasus. Like that. And getting up into here. And this is just kind of stalemate, as there a lot of the military, or well, not really stalemate, but it's gonna be kind of slow going into here, because a large portion of the military, they would rather surrender to the oligarchs than NATO. And so they are fighting against NATO. And there's also a bit of resistance from the civilians. And NATO invaded in a bad time of year during the winter, and their soldiers were not ready for this because they were not expecting it. And then the communists are going to make some offensive into the oligarchs. And then there will be a few communist revolts in some of the areas. Like this. And then they will link up with the main force, expand a bit, and connect up with each other. And then the anti-imperialist pact is going to be invading into Siberia. They will obviously be going very slow, as this is very difficult terrain, and the troops are not used to it. And then the communists are going to be slowly making some progress in asserting their authority over these Siberian areas. And then the military faction will be completely collapsing. They will be surrendering to one of the remaining sides. And then NATO will continue their invasion, and they're gonna get stopped around this city. I forget what it's called right now. I forget what it's called in the modern day. They're gonna be stopped at like the outskirts of the city. And they're gonna go into Belarus, capturing Minsk and around the border. And the communists will eventually link up and eventually capture Moscow eventually. And then the oligarchs are gonna collapse, and a deal is going to be made between NATO and the communists. Or, well, it's not gonna look exactly like this, but after the oligarchs collapse, they agree to a peace deal. And so let's look at that peace deal. Alright, and this is the peace treaty that is created. So, Georgia and Azerbaijan will join NATO. Ukraine will get all this. Belarus will become independent again. Kaliningrad will become independent, and they will both join NATO. Finland will be expanded. Russia will join China's alliance. And the US will get this bit of Siberia. And I think that's going to be it for this video. If you liked this, consider giving it a like. And watch some of my other videos. And if you like those, consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one.